Patreon is a direct funding method that allows you to support the things you love.
And I have created a 47-slide deck that will tell you exactly how it works in detail. Here we go.
Anthony,
Slide number one.
No, Anthony.
As you can see by this graph.
I was just going to quickly tell them about patreon.com/wehaveconcerns and a way to support our show. You don't need to do that.
Everybody needs to see a chart, Jeff. Slide number one. I am super happy to have a friend that buys all the new Guitar Hero stuff, and then I go over and play. I am so happy that you're excited about Guitar Hero.
Come over to my house?
Yeah.
A little Guitar Hero?
Absolutely. I don't want it in my house. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens.
Hey, man.
Hey.
We got a story sent in to us this week that a whole lot of people want us to talk about, and I think I know why.
Why?
It's about a head transplant.
Oh, man.
That pretty much sums it up right there. Head transplant
I
happening.
read about this. Yeah.
Happening. There is a 30-year-old Russian man named Valery Spiridonov who has volunteered
for an experimental surgery that's going to remove his lady name and put a man name onto him.
Well, it's worse than that. He's losing his whole head, man. He is.
Well, he's keeping his head.
It depends on how you look at it. It's not a head transplant. It's more of a full body transplant.
That's my thing with this.
Yeah.
Okay, is they're like, oh, it's a head transplant. They're putting a head on another body. But the point is to keep the head. The point is to keep the old head. It's new body, old head. So really, it's a full body transplant?
Full body transplant. That doesn't have the ring to it that head transplant has.
But a full body transplant sometimes comes with a happy ending.
What if his body gets a new head and it's like...
They just Freaky Friday the heads?
That's right.
It's his head and his dad's head. And they're switching them.
Dun, dun, dun. Why would some human being want to do this to themselves?
I would imagine that they have an incredible degenerative illness.
It is awful. I've never heard of this. This is Werdnig-Hoffmann disease, which is extraordinarily rare. It's a genetic disease that your parents pass on to you. It only happens if both parents carry the gene.
Yeah.
And you have no idea if you carry the gene or not. So that's terrifying.
What do you mean you have no idea if you carry? You could tell if you carry the gene. You could be tested for the gene.
If you are tested, but most people aren't.
Right.
So anyway, this usually occurs in infants. I don't know how this guy lived to be 30 because usually they don't. It usually shows up 18 months old, and it's a spinal disease. It results in paralysis. It's degenerative and it's horrible.
So this is the guy, the Italian guy who was in the news a couple years ago, who's performing this, right?
Yeah, the surgeon is Dr. Sergio Canavero, who believes that he can swap it a head. Swap it a head. Huh?
I just picture him as like Roberto Bernini.
Hey, it's me. I swap it a head.
Listen, I'm really scared. I mean, I know this is a very experimental process.
Yeah. Have some meatball. It's good. It will calm you down. Just to eat. What you mangia. It's good for you, huh?
Every breath I take causes pain. I try not to eat.
You want me to swap it a head?
I mean, I'm worried about it, but I think I want...
swap it a head for you.
I mean...
I take your head.
Yeah.
And I put it over here on another body, eh? You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Then you can eat the ravioli, you can eat the pasta. It's so good for you.
All right, you lovable scamp.
I'm going to give you a nicer new body with a bigger stomach, huh? So you eat it, you munch it real good.
All right. That sounds great. Let's do it. Sure, why not? It's hard to say no to Roberto Benigni about anything.
This message brought to you by Jeff's childhood.
Yeah.
If my grandmother could have actually given me a larger stomach to eat more, they would have been the happiest grandparents of all time.
I like that you kind of had an idea of who Roberto Benigni is.
I know who Roberto Benigni is.
But you were kind of...
He's the guy who runs on the backs of the chairs to go and get his Oscar. His life is beautiful.
His life is beautiful.
Yeah. I was doing it more like it was my grandparents.
Gotcha. This guy was in the news a couple years ago because of basically, I think, a TED Talk and a napkin sketch of this process. I've never seen anything except the same weird napkin sketch of this process. It looks like a dream diary. It looks like I woke up after a terrible nightmare and I was like, and in this dream, he swapped my head and this is how he did it.
Yeah.
And it's like...
And the next morning, you're like, when did I write this?
Yeah.
When did I draw this?
That's a fucked up dream. That's too much ravioli.
Yeah.
Too much ravioli.
Yeah, swap it ahead. This guy is actually going to do it, though. And it's going to take, evidently, it's going to take 36 hours and 150 doctors, 150 surgeons to pull this off.
You can't even fit that many surgeons around a guy.
Well, I think they work in shifts.
That's like that's like stuffing a phone booth full of surgeons.
That's what that is. It's like scalpel.
Scalpel. All right, everybody calm down. I don't know why we have 150 surgeons and only one assisting operator.
Scalpel.
I know the scalpel. Just everybody, if you could just chill out. I'm only one guy. Scalpel. Forceps. I know.
Oh, yeah, I need some forceps.
I could really use some forceps.
Can I get some forceps?
Yeah, that'd be great. If he's having forceps, I would love some forceps.
Me and my 4 buddies, we all need forceps.
That's 16 seps.
We could use, like, a scalpel, too. Yeah, that would be chaos. 150 surgeons in one room. How many surgeons does it take to screw in a new head?
It's all for an appendectomy. Like you have really good insurance. You have the best insurance we've ever seen.
So, do I need all 150 guys to do
they're gonna pay for it. Your insurance is gonna pay for it. It's totally covered.
I guess I really should have went with the full coverage.
Yeah, this is gonna be great.
Sir, you went with the obscene coverage.
Yeah, so your insurance company states that you have 150 attending surgeons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For the proctology exam?
For the proctology exam.
That seems like a lot.
They'll also pay for a Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville margarita maker to be in the room.
Well, I mean, I think that's essential. Just to relax me.
Sure.
I hear you need to be very relaxed for this procedure.
And like, surprisingly, it pays for Roberto Bernini to entertain you while you're...
It's me, huh?
Oh my God, he's so adorable.
I like it. Everybody gets an Oscar, huh? But will they cover my parking?
No.
Oh, damn it.
No, we do not validate.
God damn it.
150 surgeons. And the whole deal with this is he thinks... Now, we've tried head transplants before.
Have we?
And by we, I mean me.
Well, it was a crazy weekend.
Yeah, I mean, that was back... I mean, I'm not a doctor anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
There are some that would say that I never was.
It was some that would say it was really the head transplants that were the straw that broke the camel's back.
But there were some that would say... that what I did was really move the industry forward.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have 150 doctors.
No.
You didn't have 36 hours.
No.
You had
I didn't have a scalpel. I didn't have an operating table.
You had the duration of one episode of ER.
I didn't have clean clothes.
And all of the medical knowledge of one episode of ER.
Yeah. I hadn't washed my hands.
Why would you?
My water wasn't running that day.
But you know what? Shit needs to get done.
Somebody's head's going to get swapped.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the tagline for the new Channing Tatum Jonah Hill movie. Somebody's head's gonna get swapped. And it's the two of them on it. It's the two of them on the poster.
Who's it gonna be?
Channing Tatum's all like, "I'm a fat guy now," and he looks really sad. Jonah Hill's like, "What?
Ladies?"
But there have been multiple attempts.
Magic Mike 2. Even more magic.
Even more. Legitimately magic.
Actual Magic
There's
Mike.
Some actual wizardry going on in Magic Mike 2.
Somebody's head's gonna be swapped.
What happens is a wizard bachelor party comes through.
If you've never been to a wizard bachelor party, you really should go, man. Nobody parties like a wizard party because a wizard party
exists
has
on
a
multiple
Patronus.
planes of dimensions. And requires sight into both the past and the future in order to fully understand what's occurring.
That time that Harry was going to get married. And
Harry Davidson from down the block.
Yeah. Harry Davidson. Amateur wizard.
So no, the first recorded attempt at a head transplant was in like 1908. And
that seems early.
That's real early.
We could say ahead of its
It's
time.
a little early.
What's ahead and ahead of its time?
It was a Russian scientist who was trying to make a dog with one head into a dog with two heads, because that's double the cute.
Is it?
I
think it's less cute, more horrifying.
Well, Russians have a really weird idea of what's fun. But
he really grafted a second head onto a dog?
Grafted a second head onto a dog and managed to get basic motor function, so that the eyes were all that the second head could do is the pupils would contract and dilate with light, the nose would twitch, and the tongue would kind of move. And that's what
just
they got.
Enough to convey ultimate sadness.
Yeah, just enough to go, kill me, please kill me. And then there was another Russian guy who 20 years later tried to do it to 20 dogs?
Wait, what?
And I don't fully understand, like 20, it's not 20 heads on one dog.
Because that would be just
a little
excessive.
That's too much. 10 heads at most.
Come on, buddy. Where are you going to put all them heads?
There's functionality and then there's showing off.
Yeah, it's just a surface area problem, really.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Where are all those heads going to go? You're really running into a human centipede situation.
I got like 6 extra heads. It's like when you put together an IKEA desk. You got like all these extra heads. I don't know where these go. The little stick figure man shows where all the heads go, and I have all these extra heads now.
Oh, Dad, I can't wait to open up my birthday present.
Well, I said we couldn't have pets, but you're just begging God to me.
Oh, my God.
Do you like him? You can name him.
It has 20 heads and 40 eyes, and they all stare at me in pain.
You're gonna need a lot of food to feed him.
Oh, gosh, this is... Oh, boy,
He has 20 heads, but only one personality.
I don't know if he's licking me or trying to swallow his own tongue and die.
I think it's the latter, but you gotta take real good care of him. Now, you said you wanted responsibility. This is the most responsibility I could give you. Are you going to be a big boy and take care of him?
Boy, you really painted me into a corner here, didn't you, Dad?
Yeah. Be careful what you wish for, Timmy. What are you going to name him?
I'm going to name him Ralphie and Harold and Buddy and Rags and pain and sorrow and suffering and madness. And this is the dog that cannot be named. And this is... we've never been able to do it.
No. And here's the worst part of this article. Evidently, they talked to some experts in the field, other than our Italian friend, including Dr. Hunt Batjer, who is the president-elect of the American Association of Neurological Surgeons, who says, I wouldn't wish this on anyone.
Right. So the procedure is... Dr. Roberto Bernini is going to slice somebody's head off, and the deal is he's going to slice Valery's head with what he calls like a super clean cut, which means he has to cleanly sever at exactly the same angle the spinal cord, all the little tiny wiring in there. It's all got to be a completely clean cut. Then he's got to do the same.
You don't want to have a little gap at the end.
No
you're
gaps.
Like, oh man.
No uneven bits. Nothing at a weird angle. Then he's got to do the same thing with the donor body. Mm-hmm. And then he's going to use this stuff called fusogens. Fusogen is kind of like a protein and like a glue.
Stick-a-corp.
Yeah, it's
Fusogen. Fix a lot.
Yeah. Hold a head. Build-A-Bear. It's basically Build-A-Bear technology, if you've ever done one of those. If you've gone to a Build-A-Bear workshop, that's where he got the idea.
He's like, hey man, if we can build a bear,
I
can do this to a human. I'm going to write this on a napkin.
You choose the body, and then you choose the head, and then you choose an adorable hat that gives the bear a personality. That's all we need to do. And he went running out with a Build-A-Bear body in one hand and a head in the other. Eureka!
Yeah. It was a
ravioli, I've got it.
All I need is combine-a-goo, and I will be able to do this.
Just a little glue stick or some duct tape. And so the idea is these fusogens connect cells and cell membranes together. And everything should be fine, except the article that we were sent says if our buddy Valery doesn't die, well, that may just be the beginning.
Arthur Kaplan, the director of medical ethics at New York University's Langone Medical Center, believes that the bodies of the head transplant patients would end up being overwhelmed with different pathways, and they would go insane.
Yeah, well, so here's the deal. Your brain and your body your brain is part of your body. Your body is a holistic system, right? So your brain makes whatever chemicals and hormones and is controlling all kinds of stuff, but it's controlling specifically your body. It's spent, and in this guy's case, it spent 30 years controlling specifically this one body.
Right.
Which has its own delicate balance of every physical thing that goes on inside a human being.
Yeah.
Then you put a head onto this new body that behaves completely differently.
Mm-hmm. And what does your brain do? It goes, what the fuck?
Maybe it's fine.
Yeah, well, it's going to be fascinating.
They did it to a monkey for 8 days. It survived for 8 days. It spent basically 8 of them screaming. This is a true,
they considered that a success because, hey, it could scream.
This was not the same process, but this is the most successful head transplant to date, was a monkey. And they cut the monkey's head off, put the monkey's head onto a new spinal cord.
Yeah.
And over 8 days, it basically screamed in pain and then degenerated and died.
Yeah, it was unable to move because the spinal cord of the head and the body were not connected properly. Yeah. But granted,
we didn't have hold-a-goo then. We didn't have Build-A-Bear.
We didn't. This was back in 1970. So we've come a long way. This is 45 years ago. So we've come a long way technologically. We can make clean cuts now.
Yeah,
clean cuts, baby.
We got Stick-A-Spine now.
Yeah, combine-a-goo. But the thing that really makes me sad about this is what does this guy's life got to be like if he's willing to take this kind of risk? It's got to be just awful.
Well, this is
so sad.
This is cell and nerve degeneration, right? This disease. Yeah. So he probably has little to no control over his body. He's probably in pain most of the time.
Right.
I could completely understand. I would put in the same situation, and they were like, "Look, 50% chance you're going to die." 50% chance you're going to be insane for the rest of your life, because that's what they say. It's like, well, and I was like, that's what some of these guys are saying, and so I'd be like, all right, well, it's either constant pain and no control of my body, or I'm fucking batshit crazy.
Well, I don't even know if it's, but it might not just be crazy. They're talking about it as if it might be worse than death, an experience that we've never had as human beings, and it might be so painful and uncomfortable and horrible that he may have wished that he just died.
Huh.
That's what they're saying. That's the headline of the article.
Well,
is
6 of
1,
a
lot worse than death.
Yeah. If he's already in so much pain that he's like, well, I want to die. And they're like, here's this thing. You may die, or you may be in so much pain that you want to die. He's like, so basically, this is a win-win.
Yeah.
Like that's like, honestly, that sounds kind of like flippant, but that's what he's thinking. He's thinking, I am already in so much pain that I want to die.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that this will either kill me, which is kind of something that I don't mind, or I might be in so much pain that I want to die, which is already what's happening, or I have a brand new body.
I'm going to trust Benini. I'm going to go Benini.
I'm going with the Bernini.
Do you think that they have to match the body and the head's ages?
Oh, that's interesting. Well, there's a lot of stuff when you're doing an organ transplant that you have to match up. And so I do wonder how much genetically you have to match up to donate an entire body. Although you wonder if that's as important when there aren't these kind of more simplistic vital organs. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. There's a whole lot more that's being changed out. So maybe the baseline compatibilities are, there's less things to sync up.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Brain's like, cool, dog. This is body. I control body.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. It's all the same body,
Who
so
knows?
might as well.
Wow, maybe. I don't know. Do you think it's going to work?
I don't.
I don't think it's
based
gonna
on
work.
Monkey.
That monkey was 40 years ago, dude.
That's true.
45 years ago. 45 years ago.
I don't know. I'm still worried about the guy who did
45 years ago, dude. I didn't even have I wasn't even born.
Right.
You were only 2 years old.
Shut up. I was also not born.
45 years ago, TVs were real shitty, right?
Yeah.
Now we got real good TVs.
That's true.
45 years ago, head transplant was real shitty.
If this is the 4K of head transplants, I'm all for
it's like a 4K, 240 hertz, fully 3D head transplant.
Well, it doesn't have to be 3D. We don't need 3D.
I love 3D. I don't think it's going to work. But God bless this guy for being the first person to volunteer. Because the only way we're going to make something like this work is if we try it a lot.
You know what's going to happen is 45 years from now, you and I are going to be sitting around going, they tried this 45 years ago. But back then, all we had were phones in our pockets instead of in our neck.
Yeah. It's going to be so much better. I hope they don't cut into his phone when they're cutting into his neck.
Exactly.
Because then he'll need to get his phone replaced. And as we all know, the government only allows one phone.
Stupid government.
You think this is going to work? You can let us know on Twitter. I'm at A.
And I'm at Jeff Canada.
You can let us know with the hashtag ravioli. And hey, if you've seen a story like this, like many people saw this story and sent it in to us, they did it through wehaveconcernshow@gmail.com and wehaveconcerns.reddit.com. Those are great places if you've seen stories and you'd like to talk about
great
super
places.
good places.
Yeah. Go there.
Do that.
Do that.
I don't care.
Try it.
It's like whatever.